Okay, well, I know we just did a reading on a love reading on ghosting on a particular question that I had, and I felt like time wasn't enough, and I really wanted to draw some of these love cards for you. So just to get a sense of maybe what he's thinking, because from the previous part, we saw that obviously you should move on. It's not something that you should contemplate at this point. How this person is being with you, but I just wanted to I felt like maybe you needed more clarity on how he felt and why, and the why, not just what you should do, as in forget about this person and move on and not let anybody treat you that way, and kind of persevere in love on your own. But I thought maybe you needed more clarity on this, and so I brought my two love decks. They go with my sweater. So just so you maybe have more clarity on that. So let's see. Let's go ahead and see what this person in particular for your reading, for the previous reading, was thinking and why they ghosted you. Wait, we got a first card. Okay. So I replay our conversations over and over. So I think maybe this person also, there's many reasons why someone would ghost you. But I think mainly maybe fear rejection, that they're not ready. So maybe they go over and over the conversations with you in their head, but it doesn't necessarily lead to action. So they obviously think about them, but they can't get themselves to do something about it, and maybe either reply or answer your messages. Wait, my life is not as together as it seems. So like I said, maybe they're not in a good place, and that's why they're not answering your messages. And it still doesn't justify, because we all go through stuff, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to treat other people like that. But everybody deals with situations differently, and I know I was a distraction from your pain, and so this might relate to your specific situation, where maybe you were looking for someone or something to distract yourself from either a previous heartbreak or other life situation, and they were aware, and so I think that's why maybe you weren't fully aligned in that sense. And one more card. Cards. Ooh, I always get like a gazillion cards when I say one more card. I feel you leaving me behind. So maybe, like I said, they think that you're in a different place than them right now, and so instead of answering your messages and telling you straight up what is going on, they just prefer to avoid and stop any contact. It's not, like I said, it doesn't justify what they did, but I think this basically just shows that they're not the right person for you. And I don't react when people mention you. So whether you know people in common, and so basically this kind of shows, I think, that they don't really care that much. They don't react because it doesn't affect them. And this one, we need to let go of each other. Sorry. See, like nobody, I really like lovey-dovey. I told you these cards, they weren't all good. But I think this is what you needed to hear. And like the reading before said in part one, you need to let go of each other. You need to let go of this and focus on you and maybe other people that can give you what you need and what you deserve, because nobody needs to be treated like that. And then finally, you speak to me through music. So I don't know if you shared similar music interests, or and there's a specific song that related to you guys, and that maybe that's what is keeping this person up. But in essence, I think from these cards, it basically says that you should let go of each other and maybe find someone that is on your level. It can give you what you need. And now this last deck that I really like as well. So let's see if they can give you even a final clarity on all of this. Okay, the first one, charisma. Love flows to you. You radiate charisma and charm. And I mean, this I'm gonna, on a personal note, to the person that asked the reading, it is true. And I think this what it's saying, and obviously, like I said, it could apply to somebody else as well. It's telling us that you have charisma. You don't need to settle. Basically, you don't need to settle for this kind of behavior. You know, let your light shine. Be who you are. And if someone cannot meet you at that level, then obviously they're not the person for you. So, but don't stop being who you are just because this happened. And what else? Whoa, okay. Unseen and long distance. You know what I mean, because I know your situation. So, unseen. Love can be blind. Ensure you're not overlooking red flags. And I think in this case, we made it clear in both parts that you might be overlooking said red flags. And so it's time to move on. And then the long distance, from what you told me, this person is on a business trip, a long business trip. So obviously right now it's long distance. And in this case, I think it's just maybe, it might be the distance that you need to let go. You know, maybe now is the time. If you were together in the same place, it might be harder, but maybe focus on the fact that this person is not here, is far away, and so maybe this will make it easier to let go. But it's been clear through all the different decks that we've used that in this situation, you need to let go. You deserve better. You have charisma. You need to persevere, and don't let this situation block you or condition you in future interactions or in future opportunities. Okay, so I hope this helped, and I didn't say it first, but I'm sure you know this reading was for you, and if not, I'll send it to you as well. But I'm sorry I couldn't bear any better news, but I think this is important to know as well, and that's the whole point of Tarot and Oracle cards. They don't tell you what you want to hear. They tell you what you need to hear, and they guide you, and so you can make better decisions. So I think in this case it's kind of clear. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you guys for stopping by.